YouTube channel once again. This is Alisa, and today's lesson is going to be about greatest common factor, abbreviated as G.C.F. Okay, so yesterday's lesson was about LCM, which is the least common multiple. We knew about what is multiple, then we went to the common part, and then we went to the least part, right? So we are going to do the similar thing today. We are going to learn about factor, then we are going to choose the common factor, and then we are going to come to the greatest common factor. Well, so what is a factor? We have discussed this earlier already. The numbers which are multiplied to get the answer is called factor, or are called factors. Okay, so if I have two numbers, 2 times 3 gives me a 6. 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor of 6. 2 is a factor of 6, 3 is a factor of 6. Okay, so these are the factors of 6. And what is 6? 6 is called the product, or the answer. The answer over here is 6, which is the product. When we multiply two factors, the answer which we get is called the product. So this is all about factor. So let's come to the common part. We are going to take an example how to find out the GCF. For example, we have 12 and we have 16, okay? Let's find out the factors of 12 and 16. So let's get started. 12. Factors of 12 means which two numbers, when we multiply, we get a 12. So it can be 1. 1 times 12 gives us 12. 2 times 6 gives us 12. 3 times 4 gives us 12. Anything else? Anything in your mind? No, I don't think so. So 1, 2, 3, 5 times anything doesn't give us 12. 6 times 2 gives us 12, which we have already written. And according to the commutative property of multiplication, 2 times 6 is equal to 6 times 12. So both numbers have been considered already. So these are the factors of 12. So let's write it down. Factors of 12 are 1. Let me write over here. Factors of 12 would be a different color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 itself. Okay, so these are the factors of 12. Now let's come to the factors of 16. If you know how to find out the factors of 16, I would request you to please pause this video and go ahead by yourself and then come back and check the answer. Okay, so factors of 16. 1 times 16 definitely gives us a 16. 2 times 8 gives us 16. 3 times something doesn't give us 16, so 3 is not a factor. 4 times 4 gives us 16. 5 times nothing gives us 16. Well, 6, no, it's not considered. Well, I think that's all. So the factors of 16 would be 1. I am going in ascending order so that we can write all the numbers and keep a track of it. Okay, 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. These are the factors of 16. Now, we have come to the factor part. We are done with the factor part. Let's erase this one so that I can write down all the numbers below each other so that it will be easier, much easier for you to understand. So the 12 gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 itself. And 16 gives us 1, 2, 4, 8, and 16. Okay, so these are the factors which I'm done already. I'm done already with the factor part. Now let's come to the common part. What are the common factors for 12 and 16? I see 2 is one of the common numbers. 4 is the other common number. Do we have any other common numbers? No, I think that's all, right? We have 2 and 4, which is the common factor. So this part is also done. Factor is done. The common part is done. Now let's come to the greatest part. This greatest part, okay? Between 2 and 4, which is the greatest common factor or the greatest number? The greatest number is 4. And thereby, the G.C.F, the greatest common factor, is equal to 4. Greatest common factor of 12 and 16 is equal to 4. Let's draw the conclusion over here. So 12 and 16 are divisible by only 2 and 4. Okay? 12 is divisible by 2. 16 is also divisible by 2. 12 is divisible by 4. 16 is also divisible by 4. But between these two numbers, we have to select the greater number or the greatest number. So there are two numbers. Selecting the greatest number would give me 4. So the greatest common factor of 12 and 16 is equal to 4. Okay? So there is one more way to find out the greatest common factor. I would like to show you that as well. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm writing 12 and I'm writing 16. By the staircase method from yesterday, we are going to find out the G.C.F of 12 and 16. I'm writing 12 over here. So what did I say yesterday? By the staircase method, we are going to select a number and then we will come down to the lowest number till we get a 1 at the end. Or maybe it should look like a bunch of grapes. Okay, grow from bigger coming down to the smallest one. 2 times 6 is equal to 12. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. 3 times 1 is equal to 3. Okay. So the factors of 12 are 3, 2, and 2. And for not the factors, I'm so sorry, I should correct myself here. The multiples are 2, 2, and 3. Okay. And for 16, it would be 2 times 8 is equal to 16. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. And 2 times 1 is equal to 2. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4, 2 times 2 is equal to 4, 4 times 4 is equal to 16. Now comes to the writing part, which is very important. Yesterday, as we have discussed, we should always write the common numbers underneath each other. So I see that for 16, we do not have a 3, but for the 12, we do have a 3. So I'm going to put the 3 over here because that is not the common part, right? So I'm going to put a 3 over here. I am going to put a 2 times 2 because that is what the 12 says. For the 16, it should be 2 times 2. It goes underneath each other because that is the common part. We have another 2 times 2 left and thereby we go. Now we are supposed to circle out the common part. There we go. And we are considering only those two common numbers. From these two twos, green twos, we are selecting 1, 2. From the other set of 2 green twos, we are selecting 1, 2. Okay, so 2 and 2 is the common part. So the greatest common factor of 12 and 16 is equal to 4. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. So that is how we find out the G.C.F of 2 numbers, or it can be more than 2 numbers, anything 3, 4, whatever number it is, we can easily find out the G.C.F in this way. Okay, thank you so much for your time and patience and for your support which you have been showing me throughout. So I really appreciate that. Thank you so much and you have a good rest of the day. Bye-bye.